Chair recognizes Speaker Chatfield.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do appreciate the opportunity to speak to House Bill 4397 because I truly believe that the broken system that we have of car insurance truly is the single largest issue that's facing our state. And it is saddling our residents with burdensome costs. The fact is, we have not just been debating this issue since 7 o'clock. We have not been debating this issue simply since January, when this term began. We have been debating this issue for the past 30 years. And the fact is, since January, and in many of those debates, we've heard many ideas from colleagues on both sides of the aisle of what can be real reform that guarantees rate relief. The fact is this: many of the ideas came from some of my good colleagues on the other side of the aisle, of whom I have much respect. Those ideas included ensuring we have an unlimited option for our drivers to choose. Well, this bill does that. We also heard we need a bill that guarantees rate reductions and relief for all drivers in the state of Michigan. Well, this bill does that. But then we heard we need to prohibit insurance companies from using non-driving factors in the determination of rates. Well, this bill does that. And that's why I am disappointed to see some of the opposition to this bill that has been espoused. The fact is, Michigan is the automotive capital of the world. Yet we have the highest car insurance rates in the country. And our broken system forces many of the people in our district to make a decision between driving illegally and not having the peace of mind of insurance, or putting food on the table for their families. That decision is not just cruel, it's unfair. We have tens of thousands of people in our state that build automobiles, yet they cannot afford to own one. That's not right, and that's why we're making this change. Now, Mr. Speaker, over the past few months, I've had the opportunity, as many of my colleagues, to travel the state, to different corners of our state, and talk to all people from all ways of life. There's many differences across our state, but let me tell you one thing that they all have in common. They are fed up with the ridiculously high rates of our car insurance system. It is time we come together. It is time we have a solution. And this bill is an incredible step forward for the people of our state who need rate relief. You see, we need real reform, and make no mistake, the people who sent us here, no matter what district you come from, no matter what part of the state you come from, are demanding that we deliver relief and fix this system. But let me also touch on an issue that I don't think has received enough attention. You see, I believe that our broken car insurance system truly is the roadblock to our state taking the next large economic step in our comeback. The savings that are guaranteed in this bill will literally put billions of dollars back in the pockets of the people that we serve. And those dollars will be invested into our local communities. Think about the difference that investment will make for our families, for our schools, and for other groups that we are a part of. The fact is, this is about an economic recovery as well, and people need that relief to choose to spend their money because they know how to spend it better than we do. This bill is the right answer to deliver that relief. You see, one of my colleagues said earlier that we need to be real. let me be real right now. Many of the hallmark pieces that have been asked of us to put in this legislation are in this legislation. This bill reduces rates, and it does hold insurance companies accountable. Michigan families need relief, and they need to have control over their household budgets and financial futures. We have been debating this concept for over 30 years. Now is the time that we provide a solution. Now is the time that this legislative body stop being a part of the problem and starts being a part of the solution. Now is the time for this chamber to make history. And Mr. Speaker, I encourage my colleagues to vote yes on this bill. Thank you.